All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got a new Tron kit here. This is the new Tron Advanced, or Advance. It's a 700 class. This is a full-size helicopter. It's not like the Dynamic, which is the lighter version. This is a 700 version. So we were very blessed to be able to get this kit from Tron. We worked with Joachim to get this, so thank you very much to Joachim. But here's the kit, and I'm just going to do a quick little unboxing. Now, we already have done the canopy, so if you guys want to see that real quick, I should do it this way. Or is this upside down? I have a cameraman here, but this is the new canopy. It looks amazing, as they always do. It is fiberglass, it's not carbon, but it is very lightweight, and that's pretty cool. It looks beautiful. So we had to fondle the canopy first. That's a must. But of course, there's parts inside. There's parts. So we have these carbon frames here. Of course, this looks like the upper portion. It is a I think it's what they call a layered frame. But they look as if they are. I guess I can kind of open this up and see. But it looks like it is a matte finish. It might be shiny. If you guys have never put one of these together, you should. It's gorgeous. As you can see, the edge of the frame there, it's 2 mil, and it looks great. The edges aren't sharp, which I know a lot of people like to sand frames. That's no problem if you want to, but these are actually really good right out the box. So you definitely can just dive right in and start building. I think we have the other side here. This is the lower half. Well, we will not open this one, but you can see those. This, of course, is where the canopy came in. We have the blade grip holder. Of course, looks like we have a sticker pack here, so you can kind of sticker it up how you want to, which is pretty nice. So this is just an empty box. It's a spacer. And of course, then we have this is the battery tray. We did open this up earlier to take a look. It is metal, which is a little bit different than I think we're used to, maybe since the T-Rex days. But as you can see, I mean, they do a good job, man. It's really good. Okay, moving right along. We have the boom here, which does have the tail linkage in there as well. One of the cool things about these kits is that it has this tool that you slide inside the boom, and then inside you can see the nut. You screw it down in, and then you use the push rod to push it out of the way. Come in at the other way to get the other screw, and it makes for a really nice finish. And you don't have that wraparound tail linkage, holder there in the middle like a lot of kits have. So it's a very clean finish looking on the boom, which is really awesome. It's pretty cool. It's awesome. Yeah, it is a octagonal shaped boom. I don't know if we can kind of get that. Probably not. Yeah, maybe not. That's okay. All right, so as you can see, one of the cool things about, oh, here's the landing gear actually. There's the white skid pipes there. So we have those as well. One of the cool things about these kits is that I know a lot of us SAB guys, we love our boxes and we love the presentation and what have you. This is very simplistic. Of course, there's not a lot going on, but I tend to equate that to being where they've saved money to pass on the savings to us. So while it may look very simplistic, it gets the job done, and we can get right to building. But everything comes in one box. The Nitron was the same way. This is a massive gear. Wow, look at that. Let's go ahead and open this up so we can take a look. Not quite as big as the Proto's main gear. That one was like a dinner plate. As you can see, it's pre-assembled as well. Of course, you always want to make sure that you go back and check all of these screws, Loctite them to your choice. Looks like we're missing a screw there, so it might be inside here somewhere. Yep, I see it. So always make sure you come back and Loctite these screws. Of course, as you can see the top there, this is a sprag. It's not a roller, but just look at how gorgeous that is. That's amazing. I know Mikado used to do this as well on a lot of their machines, but it's kind of cool to see this herringbone style come back. And it does serve a great purpose. That's pretty cool. It's a gorgeous gear. Of course, here's the landing gear. We have those. Looks like they have included some of the tie wraps or zip tie. It's not zip ties. Velcro for your battery, sorry. So that's kind of cool. Here is what looks to be the head. It is inside plastic here. It's all wrapped up. It is one piece. And it is pre-built, so therefore, just like previous models that have come out of the manufacturer of Intex manufacturing, you make sure that you want to rebuild all these things and put your Loctite on it. Here's the swash plate, if you can see that. It is very beefy. Pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see, let's get into here. And then there's the head. This guy's ginormous. It's big. Very beefy. Of course, it has that center pivot, which is kind of nice. It is pre-built, so again, you want to make sure that you Loctite all that. We'll go through the manual real quick, just touch on some of the things. It is a 12mm shaft, main shaft. Of course, there's landing gear. Here are the blade grips. Or pitch arms, sorry. Pitch arms for it. And it looks like you also get one of those collars that you put at the top. And the Nitron was the same way. Alright, so we got some carbon pieces here. We got the tail fin. Got some of the inner plates there. We'll go for the bracing. And let's see here. This one's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you guys know this or not if you've looked at the manual, but this goes between the first and second main bearing block. So I know back in the day, if you're an old school guy, you would know that you had to square up your frame between 3 bearing blocks in order to have the main shaft ride, true between those. But this takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. So it's kind of nice that they put this on the in-between, so at least you know the two are in fact straight. And then at that point, if you've ever put together a Puma, you'll know that you just have to maneuver this one before you tighten it down to make sure that it is in fact in the right place. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. All right, so continuing on, we have the tail rotor assembly here. Again, it's all assembled. Make sure you take it apart. Make sure you Loctite it. Here's the belt. It's a very beefy belt. There's a lot of tall teeth there, so a lot of good engagement. That's pretty nice. It's much better than it was years ago. Pretty awesome. So it looks like we have some more. This is probably for the landing gear. So those are the braces for the landing gear. Looks like we have some accessories there. Here's some of the between the frames for stiffening there. This is actually pretty cool too. I want to open this up because this is a pretty neat bearing block. I'm sorry, it's the motor bearing. What is it called?
The motor mount.
Yes, the motor mount. So yeah, you're gonna mount your motor here on top, and underneath, of course, it has the bearing underneath there to support the pinion. That's what I'm looking for. And in the pinion, of course, it sits down inside of that bearing so that it's in there. And then, of course, the motor then tightens towards the pinion itself and keeps it from moving around. And from what we're told, it actually provides a true alignment to the herringbone where you don't have to adjust it very much. Like it's already pretty true whenever you mount things up. So pretty neat. I like that it's one piece. That's pretty neat there. Of course, this it all goes to the frame there as well. But pretty neat, man. That's a pretty looking piece there. So here's the belt pulley, and I'm sorry, not pulley. Tensioner. Sorry. As you can see, there's the spring in there. I don't know if you're picking that up on the camera there, but that's how it does the tensioning. And that is pretty awesome. So new way of doing things. It's pretty awesome. Some more of the frame side pieces there. This was actually pretty neat. This was one of the things I wanted to touch on. So this is your flybarless mount, but I don't know if you can see it, but inside of these mounts here are little O-rings. And what's cool about that is it's actually a dampened mount. So this actually can give, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but so it allows there to be, you know, some dampening there for the flybarless mount. So if you have any strong vibrations or what have you. So it's just kind of a new way to do it where there's basically like an O-ring sitting in there and then the metal rod runs through that and then you mount it to the frame so that way it can be dampened. So that's pretty neat. That's a new way of doing it, as opposed to, you know, the SAB where it has the rubber standoffs, right? But it could do this, and this is a little more stiff, but at the same time it's still dampened, which is really cool. There's that herringbone pinion. Thing's crazy. And here are the guide rails for the battery tray. So those are also metal. Here are the boom clamps. And it looks like we got some spacers for something. I'm not quite sure what those are for just yet. Here is that part that I was talking about with the boom. This is actually really cool. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, for those that haven't, but I thought this was really neat. So again, you can see the octagonal shape. It slides into the boom. You slide it up to the first hole here. You capture it with the screw running down into it, and then you just push this off of it and it releases the nut. Then you feed it back in the other way and again capture the screw there, and then you push this off, and then that's how the lock nuts stay within the boom on the push rod tail linkage. So pretty cool. I thought that was a very neat idea as well. And I know this is getting tiring for my cameraman, so we have the battery release. It's already pre-assembled. You do want to make sure that you take it apart and Loctite that screw though. Here's the, looks like for the tail linkage there. And of course then all these other little parts are going to be, this looks like it's for servos. This of course looks like it's for something within the frame there. I did not have a chance to look at the manual as I wanted to. These are your supersonic mounts. You've got more inner frame stiffening parts there. And it looks like part of the canopy mounts as well. And these. I'm going to have to get back to you on these guys. I'm not sure what those are for just yet, but we will let you know. We'll find out together. And of course, here's the bearing blocks. Things are just beefy, and they're gorgeous. Make sure you Loctite these. And there's the canopy grommets, and I think that just about finishes it up. We have some of the linkages there, the ball linkages there, and I think that wraps it up. So pretty cool video, you guys. I hope that you enjoy it, and man, you guys need to get one of these if you haven't got one already.